Hey guys, I'm doing a video today about my mealworm farm that I started just recently. It's a small mealworm farm that I use to feed my bearded dragons. And how it works is it's a 3-shelf setup. On the first shelf, you got all your mealworms. These are adults, and their food, which is carrots. You can do potatoes. I don't do potatoes because they tend to mold quicker. And so you don't just keep it like this. You're going to want to put some stuff in there. What you can do is you can do just regular oats. Just throw them right in there because they will eat that. Or what I do is I make this really fine powder, which they love. And it's a mixture of many items. Well, not many actually, only a few. So I take the blender. These are just dog food. Split them. Just like a few. Oh, man, it's a little bit hard to break it with one hand. And then you can take your oats and just dump them in there. And I got some of these. It's just the same thing. They're just a little bit smaller. I'll show you. That versus that, it's the same thing pretty much. I just like to. They're just like a different, like, I don't know, there's a little color difference. So I like to mix it up a little bit. And what you're gonna want to do is blend this up right here, right in there. Here, I'll do it right now, real quick. Just not too much, just a little bit. Yeah, you keep going, but it's almost 3 o'clock at night right now, and being a little bit too loud. So, what you're gonna want to do is put the powder in there. I just didn't want to do it because I wanted you guys to see the amount of mealworms that I have. And if you're new to mealworms, these are the exoskeletons. They're like snakes shed them, pretty much like they're shedding their skin because they're growing a size up, and that's a good thing. So I'm gonna want to open this up and dump some in there. Let's see if that's good enough. You don't want too much in there. You just want there to be enough to cover them up a little bit. Just get them nice and in there. And you usually want to give them fresh carrots all the time, because that's their water. Because you can't really just put water in there. So here's the first layer. You can see them squirming in there. Freaking love it. Toss their carrots in there. Since actually I have 500 of them in here, so I usually put quite a lot of carrots in there. That's the first drawer. The second one, we're gonna hop right into the top layer, which I haven't labeled. It's beetles and eggs. I don't have any beetles at the moment right now, they tend to die after a while. But this is their setup. You can see this. Anyways, so how it works is after a while, these mealworms will turn into pupa, and they kind of look just like alien mealworms, like white. And at first they're white and they're kind of fat and just tail, and they just squirm around, squirm. And after that, once they're in that stage, you're gonna want to put them in a different container. It works the best when it's like dark, so I just use the container that I bought it in. And 500 mealworms was $10. So yeah, this is what I got. Keep them in there. Then in a few weeks, actually like around 10 days, they're gonna turn into beetles. First, they're gonna be little white ones, and then you toss them in here. And so how this works is at the bottom of these, I cut it out, and I put in like a net type of thing, but it's like made out of cloth, so it's not like wire or anything. Like you can see that it's hanging down, not very tight. And so I put in these toilet rolls, and I have some whole oats in there because you know, just a little bit, because if I put the powder in there, it's just gonna fall right through. So this right here is just cloth from a wife beater that I had, and this is just a new thing that I found out. I'm not sure if it works, but I was told that they lay eggs way more on this than they would just anywhere else. So I'm going to try this out, and when I see there's a lot on there, I'm just going to move it and drop it into the baby tank. So we're going to leave this in here. And then you're also going to want to feed these guys, but I don't have any beetles at the moment, and beetles do not bite. They're harmless. Oh, and then so when the beetles lay the eggs fall through the netting, and they fall into this tank, which is the baby mealworms and egg tank, which they'll fall in here and they'll be safe from the beetles. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it out, and since the mealworms aren't going to be very big, I'm going to put a very little amount of the mix in there, just enough to cover the floor. Maybe a little bit more. A little bit hard with one hand. Alright. Let's even this out. Probably gonna need some more in here though. Actually. Yep, definitely gonna need more. You see the crutches in the background. I recently broke my ankle. Okay, so and in a few days I'm gonna do a video on my bearded dragons, just so you guys can see what they look like and maybe how they eat. Alright, so as you can see, there's very little in there. Like, you can still see the light from underneath it. It's just covering the bottom because the eggs are very small, and when the mealworms hatch, they're also very small, so I don't want that much in here. Then I'm going to go ahead and put it in here. And yeah, and so pretty much this is it. This drawer cost me around $10, $7.99. Mealworms, $10. And the oats I had at my house, and the dog food I had at my house. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And you just leave this here right now. I'm not feeding them any mealworms because I'm trying to save all my mealworms for the colony. I'm feeding all my guys crickets. I'm gonna have to buy some more. I'm debating on whether I should do start breeding the crickets, or I should just go with roaches, because I know roaches are very nutritious as well. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And then I'm going to want to take the stuff that I mixed in, put it in the bag, keep this bag in a very dry place, because I don't want this to get wet, then they'll get all messy in there. And also, you want to keep these in a dark place, where it's pretty warm too. What I do is I put them by my tank at the bottom, all the way at the bottom, like pretty much under my drawer. And yeah, you can see it doesn't take up very much space. It was like 20 bucks, but I saved a lot of money. And if you're gonna buy mealworms, I would recommend getting the Timberline brand ones. They're really good of all the ones I got. And I just went out to Petco and got this. We have a local pet shop, or pet whatever store, and I found out how much 500 of them would be. It was around $20-something for 500. So I called Petco to see how much there was, and they said only 10 bucks. I was like, I had to get it. And so yeah, pretty much it. And the mix is not going to do anything to them. You can see that it's like all over them, but that will not do anything to them, because this is just, they're just swimming around their food. So right now it doesn't look like there's a lot of them, but there is 500 mealworms in here, obviously. Oh yeah, there's a lot of them. So alright guys, I'm out for now. I'll probably make another video really soon. And if you guys have any recommendations on what I should start doing next, yeah. Oh, and I also can't wait till my bearded dragons are gonna grow up a little bit, so I can start feeding them pinky mice. And I'll make sure to do videos on that. But yeah, that's it for now. Like, subscribe, comment, and thanks guys.